What's the most bizarre rule you've had to follow in someone else's house? When I was little, my friend's mom would not let us drink at the same time as eating because she said it was a choking hazard to mix liquid and solid. Kids not allowed to bring any books with anthropomorphic characters into the house. We could play with Legos for hours, but were banned from bringing a Richard Scarry Big Adventure book, or any material with talking animals, or animals wearing clothes. The mom didn't want her children growing up thinking that cats and dogs wore sweaters. I hated that house. No pooping on the floor. Which is a fine request, but weird they had to call it out. I was probably 9 or 10, a girl staying the day with my friend that was a boy. His dad came in and asked a question and I answered, yeah. Friend audibly sucked in a breath before his dad swung around and screamed, how many times do I have to tell you? The answer is yes sir. There's literally no way it could have been mistaken for my friend's voice. I was terrified until my mom picked me up. My friend was super apologetic, but even then I knew it wasn't his fault, so I tried to make him feel better about it. Not sure what happened to him, but I can't imagine living in that level of terror every day of my childhood. You're our house guest, but family dinners are for family only. Here's your plate, you can have your dinners this week in the basement. At my best friends growing up, if we wanted to go do something together like go to the lighthouse or visit the old sugar mill ruins, we had to write a research paper first. We would give our papers to my friend's mom and then she would decide if we could go or not. It was an unspoken rule, no eating. A few friends spent the night at a former friend's house when we were teenagers. She offered us a small bowl of macaroni and cheese at about 4 p.m. We thought it was an after-school snack, but that was it. Food wasn't mentioned again. My friends and I woke up in the middle of night starving, so we went to the kitchen and the cabinets and refrigerator were locked. Visited my bestie's family farm for a week. Once you left the house you could not return until dinner time. You can chill in the old farmhouse or farm garage. When you return to the house they live in, you strip down in the garage, put on a robe and fresh socks. You can then enter the house, drop all your clothes in the washing machine and to go straight to the shower. After your shower the robe and socks go into the washer. Once inside and showered then you are in for the night. We were adults, not kids. This wasn't a livestock farm and nor did we work in the corn or soy fields. Edit, the mom has OCD. Her entire life is cleaning or mowing. It was never about bugs, as my friend hid this rule from me until we were in the garage. In my own house. Never allowed to close a bedroom door. No secrets would be kept then, if all the bedroom doors were open. But I'm an only child. Why was this the rule? Because it was the rule in my mother's house where there were many children. Why couldn't they keep their doors closed ever? Because it was the rule in the convent/orphanage where my grandmother was raised. Then, when I had kids, at first, blindly, I imposed this rule. And I had to ask myself why my own kids, who have their own rooms and aren't sharing rooms with siblings, couldn't close their own doors. Because it was rule in the 1920s when my grandmother was growing up in an orphanage in another country. So I reevaluated and my kids are allowed to close their doors and have privacy. It was my house when my parents were still married. No closed doors. Bedroom, bathroom, closet, whatever. Only door fully closed was screen door going outside. Porch door, cracked at least 1 to 3 inches always, depending on weather. Taking a shower? Going number 2. Parents intimate. Door is cracked open. I caught several hooping as a youngster and later as 12 to 13-year-old for daring to close the door fully when in the bathroom. On rare occasion we actually had company over, rule enforced on them as well. Not me, but my mom had an aunt that would put down newspaper to walk on if you visited her house. She also gave her kids enemas every Sunday night so they would be clean for school. I visited a friend at a lake house for 2 weeks in the summer and no one was allowed to get up before their dad. This fucking guy would drink until 1 to 3 a.m. and not wake up till 11 a.m. and would throw a tantrum if anyone made noise before he was able to get up again and drag his ass back to the real world. My friend's mom strictly enforced this the entire time I was there too. The things you look back on from your kid years, man, that was just a hostage situation. Man, reading all these stories makes me realize I just had no idea how many people out there are fucking crazy. My old friend's mom had a room in her house that no one was allowed in. No significance to the room. It was the viewing room. Edit, this room was all white like the majority of people with similar experiences. Why were they always white? My best friends had a girl's bathroom and a boy's bathroom. It was a 2-bath house. The boy's bathroom was in the parents' bedroom. I was there for a sleepover and had to pee in the middle of the night. I walked around for about 20 minutes trying to figure out what to do. I almost went outside, but I worried they had an alarm. I ended up peeing in my PJs. I hid them behind the toilet in the girl's bathroom. I still don't know why I just didn't pee in the girl's bath or wake up my buddies. It was weird. Wearing jeans meant the only place I could sit was on one of the kitchen island stools. Kitchen chairs, sofas, or chairs around the house, or any beds were no bueno. Also no shoes inside, which was fine, but also had to remove socks, so walking on cold hard flooring was super annoying. They didn't like that I brought my own slippers the next time I visited. Avoid going there now as much as I can. You could watch TV, pretty much anything, except King of the Hill. His mom caught us watching it and her awful tone and angered look is something I will never forget. Honestly, great time otherwise. Women were not allowed to wear pants or shorts at my uncle's house. Anytime my family visited, both mom and I had to wear a skirt or dress past the knees. Also no open-toe shoes, no makeup. My friend's mom was adamant that we were not to fold a slice of pizza to be able to pick it up and eat it. The pizza was to remain flat, as we were not gluttonous beasts. I once went to visit my boyfriend's parents' house on the weekend. Halloween happened to fall. That Halloween afternoon, they straight up barricaded the windows and doors, turned out all their lights, and insisted I sit with them and only speak in whispers while trick-or-treaters happily skipped past their home, blissfully unaware of the psychopaths residing in the only house with porch lights turned off. They believed all those kids were actually possessed by Satan, and made us hide away all night like those sweet little children would rip us apart if they smelled us out. I broke up with that guy as soon as I got home. I don't need people so staunchly anti-trick-or-treater in my life. My own house, I wasn't allowed to poop with people home. Like I had to hold it until my parents went shopping or something. It was fucking terrible. Had a babysitter / friend of my single dad that would babysit me every so often so he could have a night off. I would sleep over and there was always one night of the week where we had to sleep with our feet at the headboard. I was like 3 or 4 remembering how fucking weird of a rule that was, lol. Had a friend growing up whose mother ran an in-home daycare. We weren't allowed to talk during meals. Imagine a handful of 3 to 6 year olds trying to eat mac and cheese with sliced hot dogs in silence.